Good evening, Musket enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the predictions video. Yes, just several hours ago, all of these skins were accepted, and basically in this video we're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So, sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so, let's just get this point across. Things aren't exactly holding up perfectly. What do you mean? Well, as I look at the player counts, whilst things are still very, very nice, player count is starting to drop off. Now, as you might have guessed, I'm going to bring up the Autumn Fall seasonal dip. We are now steering closer and closer towards this. With less people playing the game, less demand for skins, lower skin prices. It is an inevitability. But the reason why I bring it up is because, well, if you've seen the likes of many rustors of the past, well, if I could quickly go over to here to June 13, yeah, you might notice they're not doing very well. Now, we did anticipate things not exactly working out perfectly, but it's happening very quickly is the point. So this is where I bring up my Rustor investing reviews. I am now doing a video series where 4 weeks after a Rustor has appeared, I go back to it and I go and see if our expectations were met. Now, in many instances, yeah, everything kind of is routine and whatnot, but one thing I've definitely noticed is prices are dropping off pretty quickly, like a lot faster than we anticipated, and it's becoming a concern. So just acknowledge this. Whilst mostly everything is matching up to what we expect, it's just happening a little bit too quickly, and if you're not prepared for such a thing, you might end up in trouble. Understood? So please be wary. It's not going to be perfectly fine in the long term. In just about, let's say, 2 or 3 months, once we reach around October time, do not be surprised if this whole Rustor is in the negative. Now, it might not be that bad. Maybe it's only down by like 10% or whatever, but you'd still be better off picking these skins up with a barter then, wouldn't you? So please acknowledge that. Please be wary. Let's now jump in and start discussing which of these skins potentially might be the skin that performs the best. What am I feeling most confident with? And I can't help but look at the Roadsign locker. All right? So let's just quickly remind ourselves. 2 weeks ago, full kit locker was accepted, 42,000 subscribers. Last week, Hazmat locker, that was accepted, 24,400 subscribers. So it dropped off quite a fair bit. However, when we saw this being accepted, that just got completely cleaned out. Everything got bought out on the Steam market. This shot up all the way to $5.50. But it's not $5.50 now, is it? No, because it's been a week later. And all the people that bought those skins last week now have the ability to sell theirs, list theirs. It has 175 listings. So the reason why I bring up the likes of, oh dear, less people are playing and whatnot, is because when we look at these lockers, do not be surprised in the slightest if we end up seeing more and more listings and lower prices. Yes, they had a wonderful hype moment. They spiked in demand, spiked in price. Even the Hazmat locker is what I should quickly point out. This also spiked in price today with the arrival of the Roadsign locker. But what is there for the Roadsign locker? Free of free. You do realise Duck doesn't actually intend to make another one now. And you're going to sit there and say, well, why did you start off with this skin then? That doesn't sound very confident. Well, I do believe people still buy the Roadsign, much like how they just jumped in and bought out the other lockers. I think initially it might still do a very good job of probably going up to about $3, sitting there for a while, but inevitably still going down in price. So please be aware, Duck at the moment doesn't intend to make another locker. Maybe he does. People are asking for likes of diving gear and whatnot. We'll see how that turns out. But I don't really expect it to sell as much as the full kit locker, but with its current momentum, I think it's going to still sell more compared to the likes of the Hazmat locker. Now, as I said, this did 24,400 subscribers. And this one over here, the full kit locker, 42,000. I reckon this is going to probably end up with around 25 to 30,000 subscribers. But with not another locker appearing immediately afterwards, but I don't necessarily see it really going down in price too badly in the short term. I think at worst, potentially, it'll probably go down to about $1.50 around October time. That's not the end of the world, and, well, that very likely will be the lowest point it's ever going to be, because in the future, at least a year or so, or 2 years, or who knows, we've got like a full proper collection here now. I can't help but assume, as time goes on, these do get bought out, people want the full set, and they, just graciously and comfortably rise up in price as time goes on. They did sell quite a lot compared to previous lockers, but it's a set, looks nice in game. Hey, when you line them all up, I'm pretty sure you'd appreciate it. But that's a long-term look, right? So, will this still go below its roster price? That is the expectation. but I don't expect it to happen for a while, and I do think you could probably still flip it for a decent price in the short term. I think this is the skin that is most likely going to retain its value the best in the lead up to October time. So I would definitely lean more towards wanting to do a buy order. It's abnormal, we don't have to rush into buying it, and if you don't fully know what an abnormal skin is, well, I'll quickly hop over to here, point out this video here, Rust Skin Abnormal Buy Orders, give that a good watch the first 5 minutes, skip ahead, look in the description, jump to the chapter that says the buy orders, you'll see us doing the actual buy orders, because abnormal skins, they appear earlier compared to standard regular skins, and that is a very useful thing for us. Cool, so we'll see how that turns out. Let's talk about what we feel is looking to be pretty good as well. I would say Burlap clothing, but I'm not yet. There's a reason for that. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to look at the Neanderthal clothing, right? Neanderthal, whatever. Now, this is not selling that much, but you might have noticed this is actually a collection continuation to the high clothing we had accepted a good month or so ago. Now, you got a full set here. Also, I've got to bring this up. You've got Fred Flintstone's shirt there. Cool. But I just want to bring this up. We have had other Neanderthal skins submitted. We had the likes of the Hyde halterneck and Hyde skirt being produced. Wasn't accepted, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zinc probably does a resubmission or a version 2 of that, or lo and behold, complete the sets late this year. Maybe that gets accepted. Maybe he goes and makes hide boots. Maybe he makes leather gloves. Maybe he makes, I don't know, actual proper clothing. Point I'm trying to get across is I think there's definitely more to the Neanderthal collection, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if, Zinc gives it a shot. He has been quite successful over the past few years, doing a variety of skins. I know he's fully capable of doing it. In fact, he's the one behind the Curse collection, and that progressed quite nicely, didn't it? So, boonie hat, bandana, oh, I already got bandana, maybe a Burlap head wrap or something. Who knows? It would be really awesome if skin creators could make skins for wolf headdresses. I mean, imagine that, but like, Neanderthal. Oh, mate, that would look awesome. Like a saber-toothed tiger. Now I'm annoyed. Anyway, I can anticipate that this very likely might be still getting more continuations being produced and potentially will be accepted. We've got to wait and see, keep an eye on the workshop, of course, but that's still going to be a barter situation. Both of these skins are abnormal, so that's useful, but it's definitely going to be a barter situation. That's a point where I'm confident, but yeah, I still think I could just pick them up for cheaper. Again, do remember, we've had a lot of high ponchos accepted so far this year. That's the state of them. And then, of course, the bandanas. Oh, dear, oh, dear. But again, a smart buy order can still lead to a decent bit of profit. We don't have to rush into buying these. We can wait until Wednesday night. Now I want to talk about the likes of the Mob Boss. So why didn't I want to talk about this before I've talked about this? Well, you might notice this is selling more than this. Selling much better compared to the Roadsign Locker at the moment. And I was projecting 25,000 to 30,000 subscribers, the absolute bare minimum sales. Yeah, that very likely will be selling more, and this potentially will turn into a problem. So let's just get the positives out of the way. Burlap shirts. How many of these are in the positive at the moment? Quite a lot. In fact, the vast majority of them, except like 3. So there's 2, and there's another one up here. But as you can see, we don't really get that many Burlap clothing skins accepted. We've had Twitch drops and whatnot. Okay, that's nice, but you're not going to see that many more. I don't think we'll be seeing more Burlap clothing skins accepted this year. That's the expectation. We'll see how things turn out. But as you can see with the likes of Burlap pants here, they're all in the positive. That's nice to see. So we've got 3 skins so far this year. A holiday theme skin, we've got a Twitch drop, and now we've got these skins. But you've also got to acknowledge that these Burlap clothing skins are selling at $1.99 and not 99 cents. Pretty much all of these other skins you see here, they basically sold at 99 cents. They're all nice and comfy there, whereas these, well, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. It might struggle to retain its value. And also consider this, as I said, if I'm expecting 25 to 30,000 subscribers here, how many of these going to end up at? At the current rate of sales after several hours, it's got me thinking, it's got me questioning. So, looking at that, oh dear. Yeah, I'm not going to panic, but I'm concerned. That would be my answer. I don't need to rush into buying this because it's abnormal. But I will say this. Is there a fairly decent chance that we're going to see continuations being produced? It already happened. See, these were submitted a month ago. These are like our random extra late pick. And if I just quickly show you Mr. Venn, his workshop, he actually already produced a boonie hat and a poncho. I will not be surprised in the slightest with the skins being accepted today that he probably does a second version of this, or does something else, leather gloves, burlap shoes, hide boots, who knows, maybe an actual hoodie and pants. We shall see. I know a lot of people liking it, I know lots of people appreciate it, but I've also got to bring this up. People really want a nice hat to go with it. They have completely bought out the gentleman's fedora. So, just wanted to point that out, $10 now. Oh, that was $3 earlier, insane. There's a lot of very nice things to say about it, but it's the amount of sales that very likely will become a problem. Smart thing to do. If you like it, by all means, buy one for yourself. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep him nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But if you're looking at this from a financial perspective, if you're wanting to make an investment, you want to wait until Wednesday, alright? Wait till Wednesday, I'll jump on stream, look in the description of this video right now, you see the links to my socials, and I will talk about, how much did all of these skins sell? Let's figure out prices to offer, and then we'll do the abnormal barters like we do every single week. Those two skins there, whilst they got a lot of attention, it can also be a detriment to them. So we've got to see how many they sell, but can't help but assume people will still like these in the future. And if we do get continuations, doesn't matter if it's sold a ton, that'll still work out quite alright. So cross your fingers and hope the skin creator will be putting out some interesting skins in the workshop in the upcoming weekend. Right then, so that's nice. Are we feeling confident with the other skins here? Not really, I'm sorry to say. I know I was fairly reasonably confident with these, but the remaining skins here, I have quite a lot of problems. So I'm going to briefly go through all of them pretty quickly, and I hope I got the point across. The doors. 2 doors in the same week? That's a bit odd. Maybe they don't sell that too much. We shall see. But how many sheep in the doors have we had so far this year, and how many sheep in the doors do we have currently in existence on Rust? Too many. As you can see, 232. And if you look at all the sheep in the doors that came out so far this year, every single one of them is in the negative. I know you're going to point out Neon Wild Door. That only just became marketable. That's an anomaly. Disregard it. Look at it in a week's time. It'll be in a negative as well. So as you can clearly see, we have far too many options, and there's far too much compared to. And unfortunately, both of these, I really don't think it's going to retain well. At the very least, they are part of collections that seem to be flourishing. This has been a weapon/tool-only collection so far. Ice Eye deplorables, there's a lot of potential with that. Garage door, furnaces, you name it. I know Zinc can do it. Let's see what turns out with the likes of that. But sheep in the doors, with the likes of other collections we've seen, we've had the Shadowborn collection. That's not holding up very well either. That's down by 36%, but that had 5 other skins come out after it. So, yeah, awkward. And then you got the Frog collection here. So Frog Door, you're a bit more of a variety. And this was the one that was submitted a year ago. They didn't pick out the one that was submitted recently where he's all nice and calm. They took the one where he's screaming at you with a with a big tongue or a big mouth and it's all glowing. But hey, at the end of the day, nice to see. Nice to have silly options. But do not be surprised if you could pick those up with a much cheaper builder. Both of them are abnormal. We'll look at it next week. But yeah, I do not think they're going to be retaining their value. So we'll talk more about that Wednesday night. With the other skins here, Garage Door, Nuke Room Garage Door. Okay, that's cool. This is starting to build up into an interesting looking collection. 3 deplorables so far. But how many deplorable collections have we had get started this year and stop after 2 and 3? Like 5 to 10? I can't fully remember all of them. But yeah, the only collection that has had more than 3 acceptances is the Shadowborn collection with like 6 in total. I am worried that this is going to stop. But I'm not worried at all with the idea of Robstar not wanting to. Robstar's definitely going to make more of these Nuke Room skins. It's inevitability. So what we're going to see next, I don't know, maybe a single sheet metal door, maybe, I don't know, a furnace or something. I fully expect that. And I really hope to see it progress, but it's up to Facepunch if it gets accepted. Right, second thing to address. Garage doors. There's going to be more of them this year, and a Twitch drop. Yep, in a week's time, we're going to have the fancy orb Twitch drop being given away for free, and in the further future, will there be more garage doors? Of course there will. Of course there's going to be more Twitch drop garage doors. Content creators need to put their face on the garage door. They have to. But you get the idea. So there's going to be more of that, and that's what we give away for free. And then other interesting looking garage doors. Well, look at all the other skins we've had so far this year. Lots of very interesting designs of varying different, styles and whatnot. That right there, it looks cool, it looks nice, but there will be more garage doors, and it's not going to keep the attention forever. It will very likely lose that attention, and it will very likely slip and go below its Rust Door price. Selling at $3, that's a bit hard for it to retain its value, isn't it? So, again, that's also abnormal. We'll wait and see how that turns out by Wednesday, but do not be surprised if we could probably pick that up for about $1.50 around October time. Do not be surprised at all. Okay, cool. Right then, what else is there to talk about? Well, this is going to be very quick. Wooden doors. Let's go see how all the wooden doors have performed. All the ones that came out over the past 3 years. Cool. Yeah, they're not doing very well. Yeah, I know this one's came out recently. That literally just came out and became marketable. Look at it again in a week's time and see how it looks. But yeah, you can get the idea. It's not exactly looking to be a perfectly fine investment, is it? It is a progression of the Chalk Menace collection, but I think we need to see a few more. But as I said, with these deplorable collections this year, 2 or 3 and then it just stops. So I know the skin creator has been putting out more and more designs. We've got a sheep matador as well. Oh, wrong one. There you go. Where am I? Sorry. Here we go. Yeah, there's been other skins produced and whatnot. Haven't been accepted yet. We'll see how this turns out. But hey, we'll see. But I don't think it's going to work out very well. And I think I made my point very clear. LR300. Okay, the Apophis LR looks cool. Nice and colourful. LR300 so far this year. Well, we had 2 very nice Twitch drops. And then all these other marketable skins, yeah, they are not holding up very well. Some of them are, not all of them. So, unfortunately, I look at this and I think, yeah, that's very likely going to go below its rust store price. Yeah, it sells for $2. Do not be surprised if you could pick that up for $1 in the future. I very likely will do a 60 cents to 80 cent barter with that. Now, the design of it, I just want to quickly show this off. It does look cool. And I think we will be seeing some more Apophis weapon skins in the future. We'll see. It's up to you, Mnemonic Man. Keep up the good work. All right, so yeah, still going to go below its rust price. Looking at these other skins, we have another AK. And unfortunately, you know how I just talked about how the LR300 looks nice and colourful? Face Punch did not accept the colourful Madness AK. I don't know why. It's very confusing, but hey, it's up to them. Anyway, they picked the silver standard normal looking one. Take a look at all the AKs that came out so far this year. You know what's going to happen. You know what I'm going to say. Look at all of that, and yeah. The vast majority of them not holding up very well. Down 51, down 59, down 69, down 58, and it's basically all of that all over again. So with the state of that, unfortunately, it's very likely going to be a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. Not surprised by that. And then we have the MK Ultra Custom SMG. Guys, very, very straightforward. We've had plenty of very interesting custom SMGs that came out this year from notable collections such as Cold Hunter, Sweet Dreams, Black Diamond, Thunder Gold, Banana, Chameleon. They're all down pretty bad. You know, it's very straightforward. You can see that. I do not expect that to do any better. So, yeah, that was very nice and straightforward, wasn't it? So, is there anything else that you need to be aware of? Well, keep an eye on the commits. We are like 2 weeks away from the August 4 swipe. And on the horizon, Radtown Redux, the brand new monument, very likely should be ready for the August 4 swipe. So, I hope you enjoy that. What other things have been mentioned recently? Well, shields. Shields is a new thing. Get a good look at that. How are they going to be incorporated into the game? Is it just going to be something for your back, like a turtle? Or are they going to actually have them out like a, an ancient medieval knight or something? I don't know, but keep an eye on this. You can see what they're currently working on and how they're tweaking it and whatnot. And of course, the new biome very, very likely will be a jungle. And we got a jungle ruins. Sorry about that. Jungle ruins currently being worked on. There's been mentions of crocodiles, snakes, panthers, tigers. Yeah, it's got to be a jungle, surely. So keep an eye on this. They're currently doing like block out grey box testing at the moment. Like that's the absolute bare minimum. They're figuring it all out. And yeah, we're probably going to see mentions of jungle trees, jungle foliage, plants, you name it, you get the idea. Maybe some different sounds from different types of birds and whatnot. That's going to be pretty cool. Monkey sounds. Okay, cool. So you get the idea. So with all of that, it's an alright rust store, but it's definitely going to be a rust store where we mainly do buy orders. So be prepared for prices dropping. And also, I've got to bring this up, with all of your barders that you've done in the past with the, the Ruskin barders and whatnot, you've got to monitor them, all right? Prices are going to be going down, but if you are aware of how things are currently moving, you can remove a barter if it's getting a bit too close to the price you offered. You do not want to be dumped on. You do not want to lose all your Steam wallet. Cool. So that's that. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you and goodbye.